Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everybody has had a great week so far. As we head into the weekend, had a great Friday morning, great start of your Friday morning. I'm like kind of out of it a little bit. I don't know what's going on with me today, but still a good day. Um, so, welcome to the VIBIN with TJ podcast. I'm your host TJ. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. Had to glad to have you on. We've been doing this for almost 6 months now. This is great. Well, this will be the 6th month, December. Yeah, will be the 6th month. So this is crazy. Time is really flying by. 2023 is almost over. This is crazy to me. Like I feel like I just blinked and it was just we in December. But anyway, um, yeah, welcome to the Vibing with TJ podcast. Like I encourage you to go back if it's your first time, go back and listen to the previous episodes. Like I was reflecting on this a little bit. I was looking at all of the like the episodes that I've done so far, and I was like, man, it's like when it came to me, it's like, and they told me like put it in the, God was kind of telling me put it in a certain disorder, do this one, do this one, do this one. I was looking, I said, ooh wee, it feel like they were just a progression on one on top of each other, one built into the next. And that's just from my perspective. Like, I guess that was the idea, So, but I don't know. I'm just happy we made it to month 6. Walking and rolling with this thing. I really really enjoy doing this thing. This is really a lot of fun. I didn't know how much fun it would be to do this. But anyway, so we're gonna hop right into it. Like I'm still trying to get back into the groove of this because I've had guests on here and I just was like taking the back burner the whole time. They can have it. You got it. So I'm still trying to get used to being back on here. Um so last week we was talking about holidays and depression. I was touching a little bit on, seasonal depression, how I deal with how I learned about I had seasonal depression and how it kind of played into my life and stuff like that. And it had me thinking about, what can add to the fire, especially this time of year when and I always gonna speak for myself. I do a lot of reflecting this time of the year. At the end of the year, I always think about the previous 10, 11 months this time of the year. And based on the year, that can really play a part in how bad my seasonal depression is if it's more moderate or more on the severe side. Like 'cause it can fluctuate because excuse me, if I've looked back and I'm like, this was a bad year, I ain't do great. you know, it plays a toll on me. So today's episode is called Dreams versus Reality. And when that came to me, I was like, ooh boy. Like I've had my time with that one because especially like when my dreams have, and it's been plenty of times, I'm telling you, even to this day, a lot of the things that I've dreamed that I want in my life is not matching up with my reality, and it's like, ooh Lord, I can't fester on that because I know that everything happens the way it's supposed. Now I know everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Things have divine timing. uh my life is not going to look anything like I thought. It's going to look like God, the way God wanted to look. Like what's that joke where they say, well, God laughs when you make plans or something like that? I think that's the joke. I'm not sure. Something to that effect. I know I'm doing it wrong. But yeah, you know, and I'm going to, tell you a little bit about myself. Like when I was thinking about this, for one, a little confession. I do suffer from a little bit of, I don't know if that's the right term, but a comparison. And this is one of the major reasons why I limit myself on social media, because now that I know that that is a trigger, that's something that I deal with and I suffer from, social media triggers it for me. And when I say it triggers it starts playing with my mind, especially, now you see people on social media, like, I don't know how old you are, but say you around my age, you see social media, people on social media. I mean, kids on social media making millions of dollars living the life. And you like, what? I mean, it's good. I mean, that's great. They making that, because social media can really change your life. In my opinion, if you use it the right way, it can really, really change your life. You know what I mean? It can change your whole financial dynamic if you use it in the right way. So it's like, on that end, it's like, oh man, damn, what the hell am I doing myself over here? I found myself doing that a lot on social media. I'm like, I gotta get off here because my life don't supposed to look like that's there for them. What's for them is for them. What's for me is for me. You know, and that's the one of the things I really live by today when I catch myself in that scarcity mindset. When I say scarcity, you get in that mindset of, well, they getting all of this over there, and they getting, having all this success. What's gonna be left for me? There's ain't gonna be nothing left for me. But that's the wrong way to think, because God made a world that's full of abundance. Is more than enough to go around. I mean, it's probably more than enough to go around 1,000 times for people. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, what's for you is for you. It will not pass you by. So when I start getting into that mindset, I catch myself real quick. I say, oh, let me get on off of here. Let me get on off of here, because we ain't going down that route. The devil can play tricks on me. Or try to play tricks on me. And so since I know that's my trigger, I stay off of that. And especially this time of year, it can weigh even heavier, because I'm dealing with uh my seasonal depression that happens. So, like I was saying, like with the dreams versus reality, I suffer from the comparison. So if anyone is like me, you've kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I guess you've had a timeline for your life. Um a sequence of events that's supposed to happen by a certain age in your life. And I was bad for this. I really was bad for this. Like, age 18, I'll be graduating, going to school, or whatever the case may be. 24, 23, I have a degree, and getting my first job in the career, my degree, that I wanted, blah 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 blah. By 30, I'll be, making six figures, or I'm just thinking off the top of my head. This wasn't necessarily mine, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head, like, I guess some common things that people say. By this time I'll be married with kids, like. And I did that in my own little way, for my own personal, what I wanted to accomplish. And when those certain ages would hit and those events has not transpired, it was playing a toll on me. It was fucking up my mind. Excuse my friends, but it was fucking up my mind, because I'm like, holy crap. Because especially as time keeps going by and things are still not happening. So now you got all these past events that has not happened, and you still looking in the future like, I still want this and this and this to happen. But now I feel like I'm playing catch up with this stuff, because I still want all of that to happen to catch up to where I am now, while simultaneously um still working on the things over here that has not the age I haven't got to, where I want these things to happen, when I get to that age. I hope I'm saying it right. You know, so that was playing on me, on mine too. 'Cause I'm like, I was feel like I was in I guess, for lack of a better word, tug of war, because I'm trying to get this stuff to happen while working on this stuff over here. And I was like, it got to a point I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to do it no more, because it's hard. Like, it's a build up. It's like I was just constantly in the rabbit hole of my dreams versus reality. My dreams were not matching up with my reality, and it sucked. It sucked, and I did not know what to do about it. I did not know how to change it. I did not know how to change it. So, like I said, I got to the point. I said, well, fuck it. Which, in some cases, that's probably the best thing that I could have did, because sometimes it's reminding me of that saying, "Let go and let God." Sometimes when you just let something go, have you ever noticed when you let something go, you stop worrying about it, stressing about it, you stop giving energy to it? It happens. It just happens. So in some cases, that's a good thing. But on the other hand, some things you got to do some work, because the other saying, faith without works is dead. So you got to have that fine line, that fine balance of let go and let God, and faith without works is dead, and find a way to make them two mesh together, to have that good balance of, I'm going to do the things that I can control, and what I can't control, I'm going to let go and let God. I'm going to let it go. It's going to do what it's going to do. Do what it do, baby. You know what I'm saying? do what it do. It took me a long time to, and I'm like I said, I'm still learning it. It took me a long time to learn that. So that was one of the best thing that happened was for me was getting to that point where I'm letting go, because at that point I was like, well, dang, certain things are starting to happen, but other things are not happening, and I'm like, I wasn't working by faith, but at that point, So like I said, I had to find that fine balance. And I think that's probably the biggest key that I took away from my dreams versus reality. And also, I can't think of the actual the joke, but it's reminding me of that saying, when you make plans, God laughs, or something like that. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm probably not saying it right. I don't think I'm saying it right. But when you make plans, God laughs, because of course you got a certain way you want your life to be. You have a certain vision for your life, and God has a purpose for your life, which in a lot of cases probably won't align up together. You know what I'm saying? And let me take that back. In my case, it did not align up together at the time, because God wanted me to do a certain thing, and I was like, I ain't doing that. I'm doing what I want to do over here, and I was all off the beaten path. I was all off the path. So, in my experience, and I don't know if anybody else is experiencing it, the further I got off the path, the more obstacles was in my way for that God was putting in my belief. God was purposely putting in my way to get me back on path. Now, in hindsight, looking back, that's what was happening, because it all led me to where I am now. Like if I would just been stopped being hard headed and stubborn, and just kind of set back, cleared my mind, meditated, and really prayed, I probably wouldn't have gone through all the hurdles and obstacles that I went through. And I probably would have been at back on the path a lot further, where my dreams and reality were starting to sync up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, I ain't gonna say it's just getting to that point. But uh it definitely took a lot longer, because I was being stubborn, because I wanted to do things my way. I wanted to run my life my way, and God was like, "No, I need you to do this. I need you want your dream, like basically was telling you want your dreams and your reality to match up. You need to be living in your purpose, because when you're living in your purpose, you're living in your true authentic self. It's going to happen, because what's for you is for you. It's not for nobody else. It will not pass you by, and it's happened. I didn't even have to I let some stuff go. Don't get me wrong. I let some of the stuff that I thought that I wanted, I let it go, because when I was getting back on my path, I came to the realization, like, I don't really care about that. I don't really want that. That don't really matter to me. So I let some stuff go, and that eased a lot of pressure, it eased a lot of tension, that a lot of stress. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? I let stuff go, and that was one that was a beautiful thing. Like when you start letting stuff go that you thought you wanted, or you was, I guess for lack of a better word, programmed to think you wanted based off of society. Like, I don't care about that. Is that really going to make me happy? Is that really what I want? Like when you really take that deep dive into yourself, and you're like, I'm good. I'm good. And it's crazy how, when that you let that stuff go, stuff that you really don't want, he replaces something with something better. I was giving this analogy to one of my friends. It made, well, not analogy, but it made me think of this picture that I saw, and I'm sure maybe a lot of people have saw it, where it's the little girl in the picture. She's holding a little bear, and God is standing in front of her with a big bear behind his back, and she's holding on tight to this bear because she didn't want to let it go. And basically the picture is talking about trusting God to let go, and trusting God to let, and he's letting you know he got something bigger for you, even though you can't see it, he got something bigger and better for you, if you just learn to let go things that aren't serving you anymore. You know what I mean? If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. If it's hurting you, it's not for you. If it's causing you more heartache and headache, it's not for you. God's got something better for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're holding on to this dream, and it's a dream, and there's nothing wrong with having a dream. But God got a vision for you that's gonna tie it all in, and it's gonna make your dream like, what the hell was I thinking about over here? Like, I was holding on to this whole time when I had this waiting for me. God had this set up for me over here. Yeah. So I guess it just kind of ties back into faith. you know, my dreams and my reality will mesh together. They will come together. They will look like I want it to look. If I just have a little faith, I guess that's the the key factor in there, faith. I'm gonna learn to let some stuff go. I'm gonna learn to work and have faith in my work. I'm gonna get back on my path that God wants me to, and behold, my life will start to match up with my my vision. I shouldn't even say dreaming. My vision, for my life would start to match up with my purpose. You know, things will start to work, will come together, and the crazy part is things will start to come together, and you won't even have to do nothing extra. You won't have to. And now when I say you don't have to do nothing extra, like you don't have to put no extra effort into it, no extra work. You just doing what God told you to do. You just walking in your purpose that God have you, and it's just gonna come, just naturally come. Well, at least that's my experience. I should say that, and I hope that is other people's experience. Once they if you've gone down that rabbit hole, and like I said before, you've when I was saying, like, the further you get off a track, the more obstacles get in your way. Like, if you're one of them people like you, like, nothing is working for me. Everywhere I turn, something goes wrong. And I hit that point too. I was like, oh God, every time I do this and this and this, it goes wrong. I had to really step back and be like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? Because if where you want, I really had to have a talk. Like, I was really, like, we was getting down, me and God. Like, you need to tell me what's going on. Like, I'm trying to do this and this and this, and every time I turn around and do something, it is backfiring in my face. I feel like I'm falling further behind. You need to take a step back and really clear your mind. Get clear as much clear in your mind so you can really hear what God is trying to tell you. I guess that's be the best advice I can give you, because that's what I had to do. I had to step back and clear my mind. Like, okay, what is it that you want me to do? Because this ain't working no more. Like, I really had to get to the point I surrender. It's making me think of that Tasha Cobbs song, I Surrender. I truly surrender. So let me get up off of here. Like, I can go on and on and on about this, because, like, um I feel like this is a topic when we probably can go even more in depth into it, but I guess it's just because this time of year, if you're like me and you're doing a lot of reflection, and um it can take a toll on you, can get to you. But I'm letting you know, like, uh just if anything, if your resolution is anything this year, the first thing is to get clear. Get clear, and then things will start to come to you. God will start to put, like, I guess they call it intuition. Ideas will start to flow. It's get as clear as you possibly can. If you got somebody in your life that's um stressing you out, nagging you, you're I don't even know how to put it, but, like, just get this as clear as you can. Get away from all the stress and anything that's distracting you as you possibly can, so you can get as clear as possible, so you can hear. So you can hear, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I hope you guys have enjoy the rest of your Friday. I hope you guys have found some value in this. I know I can rant a little bit sometimes, but I be getting, like, I guess it just, like, it gets personal for me after a while, But I hope you guys have found some value in this. We'll be back next week, another new episode on the VIBIN with TJ podcast. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. Peace out.